Despite all of the accomplishments, national recognition, and accolades, the 2015-16 Quinnipiac men's ice hockey season falls just one win shy in the national championship. The Bobcats fall to the Fighting Hawks of North Dakota 5-1 here in Tampa, Florida at the Amalie Arena, home of the Tampa Bay Lightning in the national championship game. Welcome inside the Rebound, presented by Q30 Sports and Q30 Television, alongside Quinnipiac men's ice hockey beat reporter Victoria Rutigliano. I'm your host, Morey. Hershgordon. Victoria, 32 wins on the season. Ram Pecknold and his squad did a tremendous job. What will this team be remembered for most?
I think for the most part, this team is going to be remembered for their wins, obviously. I mean, you said it right then. They didn't lose a game until right before winter break. And even when they did win games, they always had a desire to get better and to improve more each and every game. It didn't matter if they won a game 5-0. It didn't matter if it was a close game, 2-1. Every single game, this team came out and wanted to improve and wanted to play better. And I think with the Whitelaw Cup, with the Cleary Cup in hand, I mean, they showed that they are a winning team despite the loss tonight, and they're going to be remembered for that.
32 wins, only 4 losses. Unfortunately, though, the season ends on one of those 4. Quite the game against the North Dakota Fighting Hawks. Over 19,000 people in the arena. It felt like an away game for Quinnipiac. It was a home game for North Dakota. North Dakota traveled really well. It felt like the whole state of North Dakota was even in the arena. That first period, though, was quite the entertaining first period. Take me through North Dakota's aspect.
I mean, the first period, I think North Dakota absolutely dominated 5-on-5 for almost the entire period, other than the power play Quinnipiac had towards the end of the period. But really, their breakout was phenomenal. Their forecheck was something that Quinnipiac couldn't keep up with, and they were constantly moving in their offensive zone. I mean, their cycling was something that the defense couldn't stick with, and they were often left alone with opportunities to take shots on Gartig, and Quinnipiac just really couldn't keep up with their speed.
Quinnipiac couldn't keep up with their speed, their talent, their athleticism, the hits even. North Dakota has 12 NHL draft picks. I mean, that's just tremendous compared to only the 2 that reside on the Bobcat squad. On the flip side, though, Quinnipiac, though, plays well for only about 2 minutes in that first period, but only finds itself down 1.
You're right, and I thought that their special teams were phenomenal. Their one goal, what came in the end of the first period, Tim Clifton's goal, a few seconds into the 5-on-3. I mean, they had a lot of shots on the power play, and then on the flip side, on the penalty kill, they really gave it to North Dakota. North Dakota really couldn't set up where as on the 5-on-5, they had a lot of chances to set up. The power play, however, not the same thing. So I thought they definitely got some momentum on the power play in the first, and it transitioned well into the second.
Into the second period, Quinnipiac, Victoria, played tremendous. They really did. They dominated the pace of play. Unfortunately, though, they hit a couple posts. Sam Annis being one of them. A breakaway on Cam Johnson rings the bell, ding dong. Unfortunately, a couple too many of those went Quinnipiac's way and not on the back of the net. Still, though, 2-1, Quinnipiac finds itself down just 1 going into the third and final period, and then the Fighting Hawks came out too strong.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was all the CBS line. Ram Pecknold actually said in the press conference, this is an NHL-esque line. I mean, you've got Kajula scoring 2 goals tonight. He had 2 goals the other night against Denver. Besser has had 4 points on the night. I mean, there was only 5 goals scored, and he had 4 points. So this line is one Quinnipiac could not compete with. They were fast, they were really good in transition, and the defense couldn't keep up with a stellar line like this one. They were just absolutely incredible. Probably the best line I've seen in college hockey.
This CBS line, definitely one of the most talented lines in college hockey. Quinnipiac has faced its share of top lines, the VC line for Harvard, as well as some other top lines, even Lowell, Boston College. 2 teams they defeated in the East Regional Final and in the National Semifinal, but none like the CBS line. Back to Quinnipiac, this senior class, Victoria. 2 Frozen Fours in their time. What about their dominance will they be remembered for?
I think they'll remember not only for their presence on the ice, but I think off the ice. I think a lot of the other players really look up to them, and they've kind of tried to talked about in the press conference their identity and the things they want their team to be remembered for, and that's their desire to win, their desire to get better. And I think this senior class, especially Gartig, especially St. Denis and Janssen, I mean, they're role models for these other players. Even Hilbrick, who doesn't see a lot of ice time, they're role models for the players, and the other players look up to them. And having gone to the Frozen Four their freshman year and now gone to the Frozen Four their senior, I mean, they really capped off a great 4 years together.
Travis St. Denis, Soren Janssen, they might not be the most flashy and the most classy, but they really get the job done on the ice, specifically in that senior class, Michael Gartig. The best, let's agree, goaltender in Quinnipiac men's ice hockey history. Unfortunately, a little tough mark to end his career. But what about him specifically, just to get Quinnipiac to this point? Will he be remembered for?
I think he'll be remembered for never going out of a play. I mean, there will be 10 players in the crease. I mean, that's like everyone on the ice will be in the crease, and he still keeps his composure, and he's still flapping around trying to save the puck. I mean, he does not give up. He has these beautiful plays. One ended up on SportsCenter this year, and he's just the backbone of this team. And it's the type of player where the offense can feel comfortable going out and trying new things up front, because they know if they are to make a mistake, they have Gartig behind them to save the puck, and he has saved them a lot this season, and he'll definitely be remembered for that.
Despite the loss in the national championship game, this Quinnipiac Bobcats team ranks among one of the best teams, not only in men's ice hockey history, but in athletic history at Quinnipiac University. Quinnipiac winless against North Dakota in men's ice hockey, 0-4 now all-time, and 0-2 in national championship games. Victoria, thank you for your time.
No problem.
For more information, check out all of our exclusive championship coverage from down here in Florida on Q30television.com and on social media at Q30 Sports. We just want to thank you very much for listening and watching and reading everything that we've had all season long. For the entire crew here in Tampa, Florida, and Victoria Rutigliano, I'm Morey Hershgordon. We'll see you next time.